Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here, Thursday, October the 27th. We're getting near to the end of October. Close to the month of November, obviously. It's amazing how just time seems to go by so quickly. Continuing with the epistle to the Ephesians, St. Paul writes, "Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Put on the whole armor of God, so that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For our struggle is not against enemies of blood and flesh, but against rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic power of this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God." And he goes on and on like this. Not enough people take this seriously. I don't even know if people really listen to what St. Paul is saying, because it hasn't changed. We're still in this battle. Why are we Catholics, why do we have the sacrament of confirmation? This is the reason. Because for our struggle is not against enemies of blood and flesh, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers of this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil. It's one of the reasons why Christ gave us the sacrament of confirmation. It's not only the temptations from within ourselves, but it's the exterior temptations, the powers of darkness, the world, how the flesh is tempted, and the devil. And the sacrament of confirmation, just think about it. We're soldiers, we become soldiers of Christ. And the tragedy is that now, in our time, a good 70 to 80% of those who are confirmed abandon the battlefield. Meaning they don't come back to church if they were coming before, or maybe they were only coming to get confirmed, and then after they're confirmed, they're gone. Why? Because their parents aren't coming to church. This is one of the tragic realities that we have to face today, call it out, and then do something about it. Try to bring about a different outcome. It's an utter scandal that we're not trying to deal with this institutionally, organizationally, structurally as a church. This is why we need, as we were doing here at Corpus Christi, move from a Christendom model to an apostolic model. We need to cultivate evangelizers of the gospel. We need to set our kids on fire with the gospel, obviously, but we need to do a lot of providing of structures and so on, youth ministries and things like this. It's a lot of freaking hard work, but it's worth it, because we're not dealing with flesh and blood only. Our enemies are the devils, the demons. So, we need to, as Catholics, adult Catholics, to activate the sacrament of confirmation, obviously the other sacraments as well, because we're on the winning side, but we live like we're losing. And we have to ask our Lord to help us change our frame of mind. Okay, over to the gospel. So some of the Pharisees come to Jesus. They seem to actually be in favor of Jesus or like him, and they say, "Go away from here, for Herod wants to kill you." Jesus just punches back and says, "Go tell that fox for me. Listen, I am casting out demons and performing cures today and tomorrow, and on the third day I finish my work for today, tomorrow, and the next day. I must go on my way, because it is impossible for a prophet to be killed outside of Jerusalem." And then he laments, "Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets." And he's prophesying his own death. Now, our Lord actually does go away, but he goes away not because he's frightened, but because he will not allow his life to be taken until the proper time, which means, in this case, our Lord, it means completely that our Lord is in complete and utter control of his life and of his death. So no one will lay a hand on him to do him harm until he permits it. And this is really important for you and me to reflect on, because Christ controls the powers of darkness. He controls all things by his permissive or active will. So we think we're so cocky and bold, we can do whatever we want. We do it by God's permissive will. That's why we should use our freedom very carefully, responsibly, in accord with God's will. And often, we don't do that. See, and our Lord is at the end of this gospel. "See, your house is left to you, and I tell you, You will not see me until the time comes when you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, which is the week of the Passion, when Jesus will let them do this. So we need to actually, take our Lord's word seriously, because although he was referring to Jerusalem, we can apply this to our own life, our own heart, which is where all the battles are fought right now, is in our own heart. Yeah, they're fought in the world, but ultimately it's in our own heart. Choosing good, choosing evil, choosing what's not good for us, and choosing what is good for us. So ask our Lord to help you be faithful. God bless you.